All right, I want you to look at this slide number 5 here, okay? This is an embryo, a very early embryo. Very early embryo, this would be the umbilical cord. This is cephalad, meaning the head. I'm just going to put head here. And this is caudad, meaning the tail. This is a human embryo. Human embryos have a caudal eminence that goes away early in the first couple of weeks. So here's, let's say, the tail. Okay. If you look at the developing embryo, so this picture is kind of like your eye would be above. Okay. So look, in this picture, this is cranial. So that would be like where the head is. And then down here is caudal. That would be where the tail is. If you would look down, you would see on either side of the developing, this is what they call the long axis, so longitudinal axis of the embryo. You have these, I call them bricks. I tell the students, think of them as bricks on either side of the embryo. These are called somites. Each of these bricks are somites. Each somite is made up of a sclerotome and an unlabeled thing. This is called a dermatomyotome. A long word, don't worry about it. So here's the developing embryo, right? The axis of the embryo. We're concerned with the vertebral column here. Notice I'm not talking about the circulatory system. I'm not talking about the viscera. I'm only talking about vertebral column. The sclerotome is important because cells, these dots are cells, they migrate to the midline and they're involved in forming the vertebral bodies. Now, I want you to look very carefully. How do they know how to migrate? What is the signal? Where is the signal coming from? Because think about it, it's lateral and the cells have to move medial. Now watch this, they're getting signals from this rod. You see this rod here? This orange rod, I'm gonna draw it in. This orange rod is the notochord. The notochord is so important early on in embryogenesis because it provides the signals by which you see these arrows here. These arrows represent the cells going from the sclerotome to the midline, forming tissue around the notochord. The notochord is a rod. And guess what? Take a look. The cells are going to form the bone, but in between, what's left? This is where the intervertebral discs are going to develop, right? Right in the middle of that would be the nucleus pulposus. So the nucleus pulposus, even in an adult, is the embryologic notochord. So the notochord gives us the nucleus pulposus.